What's going on YouTube? Counting Gains back here again. So different kind of topic here today to talk about, guys. So basically just been in Canada here for the last 5 days, kind of a week or so, and I just want to give an update on my carnivore diet because I haven't been able to talk about it a lot recently. So for the last like 3 or 4 months, well 3 months, I've kind of been cutting down weight, guys. On my bulk, I bulked up to like 242 pounds, something like that. It's the heaviest I've ever been in my life, fittest I've ever been. I felt good, all that kind of stuff, guys, but I felt kind of sluggish sometimes, right? I still felt good, like I still could work out properly, cardio felt good, all that kind of stuff, but some days I would just feel super sluggish and, you know, didn't really want to work out, which kind of kills the workouts, you know, kills the muscular gains, guys, kills the friggin', you know, the gym gains. So I had to make a decision, guys. And I've been following lots of different bodybuilders like Mark Smelly Bell. Everyone knows that on YouTube, guys, if you follow YouTube at all. They're from California. Sean Baker from California as well. I think he lives in Texas, stuff like that. He moves around. And these guys are big proponents on the carnivore diet, basically. And I decided that basically I would try out the carnivore diet. And I've been doing it kind of a less, you know, strict form of carnivore diet for like the past 3 months, probably, we'll say. And I have noticed the most crazy gains, guys. Just for me personally, I'm not saying this diet works for everybody, but he, you know, I was listening to a podcast of him recently, and he basically talked about how 75% of Americans, that's a good kind of statistic to use, Americans, because it's like a melting pot of people. There's Asians, black people, Caucasian, there's a lot of different races, right? If I said, you know, 75% of Irish people are overweight or obese, which actually I think 50% are, it's not really that good of an indicator, because in Ireland it's mainly just white people, right? It's like 90% white, Caucasian, European, right? So anywhere in Europe is pretty much the same, right? Well, with slight differences, obviously. So America, and using Canada as well as a good kind of reference point. You know, he said that recently that 75% of Americans are obese and, you know, or severely obese, and 90% are too weak, guys, you know. And it really got me thinking about that recently, about how my carnivore journey has, you know, has begun, and you know, I'm still on it, guys. I'm not gonna hop off the carnivore diet, probably, like, you know, for the foreseeable future, guys. I really want to see how this goes. Because basically, guys, when I was bulking there, just coming back to the bulk, like I was talking about 242 pounds or so, a little bit more, I think, actually. Coming back to that, guys, it's crazy because I was eating, up to the bulk, I was eating a ton of things like carbs and eating a ton of rice at every meal, probably like 200 grams of rice at every meal, which is a lot of carbs, guys. That's a ton of carbs, right? Way too much, but it's kind of, for me, I felt it was necessary to kind of keep gaining the weight. I found it hard to bulk on, you know, like a vegan diet or just mainly carbs, or let's say mainly protein, you know, because there's not much calories in each one of those kind of things. More so in the carbs rather than the meat, the protein heavy diet. But I decided for the last 3 months, I just made a cut. On my cut, I would try a carnivore diet, guys, right? And I did an interview with Sean Baker, man. Shout out to him, what an absolute legend, guys. I emailed a bunch of vegan doctors. None of them got back to me, guys. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, you know, they're probably not heavy on YouTube. If you're not really heavy on YouTube, guys, it's kind of, I'm not gonna ever blame you, because, you know what I mean. It's kind of, you know what I mean. I'm not gonna be upset that you didn't, you know, reply back to my freaking Instagram. Like, that's not, I don't give a shit, really, right? And obviously people are a lot busier than a wee young lad like myself from the freaking countryside in Ireland. So, but I decided to go back on it, guys, and I did an interview, or to hop on this carnivore diet after an interview, or kind of a month before an interview, sorry, with Sean Baker. And he basically just explained a lot of different things, guys. You know, the first question I remember asking him, basically, I'm going to go over a couple benefits here, guys. You know, the first question I asked him about the carnivore diet was, you know, we have a epidemic cascade of debilitating illness in Ireland and Europe. You know, I think Ireland actually got voted number 2, you know, heaviest, most obese country in Europe. You know, which is sad, guys. You know what I mean? We have all this money. Ireland's like one of the richest countries, you know, in Europe, in the world. You know, I love Irish people, like, and it's really sad to see that these diseases, you know, and these problems are killing, you know, Irish people, my, you know, family and all this kind of stuff, you know, friends, all that kind of stuff. So I said, okay, I asked him, you know, how would the carnivore diet kind of help that? And he gave me a bunch of different reasons, guys. I'll go over it in this video. I just want to give like an update. And the first reason he basically said was, you know, instead of having like all these tons of carbohydrates, guys, you know, this is like the main obviously difference between like carnivore and keto. Basically, it's like a more of an upgraded version of keto. All these kind of things kind of help get rid of the carbs in the diet, basically, compared to having carbs in your diet is just the fact that like carbs make you more hungry, guys. You know, any bodybuilder, anyone that trains kind of heavily or has been training, I've been training for 10 years, guys, so if I do something different, I notice it straight away. I don't really have that impressive physique or anything like that, guys, but just someone who's been training like consistently for that long, as soon as you change anything in your diet, you'll feel it straight away, guys. You know, and I never, which is just, you guys are gonna laugh at this, but I actually never, I've been training for 10 years and I never once tried to do low carbs. I actually laughed at myself because of how stupid that was, guys. And for me, low carbs is the greatest thing ever. If I did this 10 years ago, I think I'd have a lot better gains than I would have 10 years plus, or at least try and reduce the amount of carbs, guys. And what do I mean by that, guys? What I mean is try and reduce the amount of like rice and shit that I eat at every single meal, right? Try and maybe take the bun off like the burger if I eat, you know, if I'm eating the burger. Like, it's not that hard, guys. You know, people say, oh, I'd die if I couldn't eat pizza and this kind of thing. It's like, you can still eat that shit, guys. What I'm trying to say is like 90% or like, you know, like 80%, the majority of the diet is like just eat like beef, milk, cheese, eggs, that kind of stuff, right? I'm not trying to say like this super strict diet, guys. I don't think 99% of people on YouTube or just in real life, sorry guys, you know what I mean? I try and make the distinction between YouTube and real life in Ireland, but like, I don't think 99% of people should be doing anything extreme anyway, because you're not a competitive bodybuilder, you're not in the Olympics. Like, every single person that goes to the gym nowadays, they want to be like an Olympic weightlifter. It's like, dog, you're good. Just like work out, have fun with it. Go to the gym every day, laugh, like have fun, guys. You know what I mean? Go out on the weekend if you want to. Like, what are you, like an Olympic athlete? Like, nah, dog, you're not. So just like, don't take it too serious. I see dudes in the gym, they're like busting ass, and it's like, it's good to take it real serious, like I do too. But at the end of the day, guys, if someone interrupts your set, you know what I mean? You don't have to eat their head. You're not Nick Walker. You're not Kai Green. You're not one of these guys like that, you know, has to take it that serious. Like, dude, like, relax. You know, unless there's millions of euros on the line, you don't have to take that serious. But getting back to the original point, guys, because I digress. Like, limiting the carbs, you know, is what I'm talking about, guys. You know what I mean? So I would have mainly my diet just consists of this, guys. I'd wake up, have a protein shake in the morning, and run straight to the gym, or else have like chocolate milk or something with like lower carbs. Like, that'll probably be like the amount that I have the whole day. I try and not eat carbs like at all though. So, you know, I rarely have chocolate milk anymore, guys. I just have legit a protein shake. I'm trying to think. Like I basically just had this morning a protein shake, 2 scoops of whey protein. There's like 2 grams of carbs in it, guys. You know, stuff like that. So nothing too crazy. Then I have just mince, guys. I buy like top sirloin steak, ribeye, mince, or just like kind of fattier cuts of, you know, ribeyes, and have it minced up. It's like double minced from my local butcher. Legit the greatest meat I've ever had in my life. The beef is like, it's better than anything I've ever tasted, right? And it's just like 2 minutes down the road for me, so I'm pretty lucky at that, guys. I understand that some people, they can only shop in Tesco's, Dunn's, or here in Canada, Walmart, and the meat isn't that good, guys. The meat is, dude, when you have the butcher meat that I have, or that you guys can acquire, you know, some of these, you know, choice cut meats, you really understand that the meat that you buy in these, you know, retail places are absolutely horrendous. But, you know, I just have those 2 meals for two meals, so I have like a pound or a pound and a half. I'm kind of building my way up to having more and more beef every day. I have that with like a little bit of non-sugar tomato sauce, or low sugar. You know, I know there's a little bit of sugars in tomato sauce, and then I have like loads of spices, guys. You know, I don't have to have the spices. I have it sometimes just raw on its own, so, you know, whatever. To me, it just makes it taste better. Like, you know, full carnivore would just be having a steak. But for me, guys, like I said, I don't compete. You know, I don't ever have to take anything too serious, and I feel good on that, guys. That's the main thing, right? So it's just how you feel, what your performance is on the diet, right? That's what I'm trying to, you know, drive across here, guys. Not really like the diet itself, because I believe everyone has to find out what works for them, guys. If you work well, super high carbs, guys, do that. You know what I mean? I personally, I feel just so sluggish the more carbs I introduce into the diet. But using this carnivore diet, it's very easy for me to control the carbs, guys, right? That's kind of like the main thing. So I have protein shake in the morning, then I have pretty much just beef throughout the day. I don't eat chicken that much, guys. If I eat chicken, it's in the form of those little packets that you buy like in the local shop or whatever, and I just like have like, I think it's like 300 grams, so 2 packets of that, or you know, a pound or two of beef, and then I have like a protein shake or two at night. And you know, that's pretty much it, guys. And it's funny because everyone's like, man, I would die if I couldn't eat all this kind of stuff, if it fits your macros. Me personally, guys, I just feel amazing, and I love the taste of beef. Beef to me, I'm like salivating every single time I'm cooking it. I'm like, this is the greatest thing in the world, because I think a lot of people miss this in their diets, guys. They miss the fact that like you want to get nutrients, guys, because although you're getting like macronutrients from your diet, you're not really getting micros from all the rice and stuff like that, guys. Even though, you know, people say maybe healthier or whatever, there's no saturated fat, you're really missing like a lot of the nutrients which kind of like, you know, make you feel better. B12, B6, like all these, you know, vitamins that are in beef, guys, right? So, you know, collagen, like, I mean, I think someone said, he said the last day, there's like 50,000, Sean Baker said in an interview, there's like 50,000 different components of beef, right? There's like 50,000 different things in beef, not just, people think it's just protein and muscular tissue, whatever, stuff like that. So that's the main difference, guys. All my cravings are gone. I don't know, like, I feel like if people say that's a placebo, or that's because you really like the diet, dead ass, guys, if I eat stuff, it's in the form of like this as a snack, just a snack on at night sometimes, like maybe like once or twice a week. As I said, guys, don't take it too serious, any kind of diet, if you're not competing. Like, I don't really understand why you would, but for me, I just feel phenomenal, guys. Like, it's just complete life changer, because before that, guys, I would have all these carbs, and then I'd be having, it would make me even more hungry for even more carbs. It's like, you know, it's like a never-ending cycle, guys. You know, when you kind of just have carbs in the form of sometimes treats, you know, for me anyway, I can kind of control it better. You know, when I'm having like all this fruit juice and all this stuff, it's very hard to control the amount of carbs I'm bringing into the diet, you know. As well, guys, I have sometimes like blueberries. I have lots of fruit sometimes, you know. Maybe the odd day I have lots of blueberries, pineapple, raspberries, things like that, guys, you know. Because although the carnivore diet is just meat, you know what I mean, if you can kind of have a somewhat bit of fruit, I think it will help a little bit, guys. You know, I think that fruit is really good for you. It's really good for your gut biome, but you know, a lot of people would say against it. Try and tweak the diet, you know, to what your heart desires, guys. So another one of the main things, guys, this is one of the biggest things I've ever noticed on this diet. This was absolutely huge for me, guys, right? Was the decreased intestinal discomfort. So a lot of people have IBS, right? And like everyone's like, what's IBS? And you know, I have a guy that I knew from school. He has like a page on IBS, and it's really amazing. You know, he's trying to help people and things like that. But dead ass, guys, you kind of get like no gas. You get like no burping, no bloating. Like every single time I'd eat, I just get this like bloated, extended stomach, like, you know, from all the carbs, and it's just crazy. When you eat meat and eggs and cheese and milk, sometimes milk you can get a little bit. Actually, that's one to be careful for. But just if you're eating meat, cheese, eggs, you know, with low lactose, guys, you will never get that. You could eat, I polish off a pound of beef, like fuck all, and then I just go and train straight away, like, or you know, within an hour or whatever, just a little bit digestive. When I would eat like whatever, let's say like a big bowl of like, you know, oatmeal in the morning or stuff like that, guys, I would have to wait hours before I could train. I couldn't even like catch my breath. It would like, I'd be so distended and so bloated from all the food. I couldn't run. I just felt so sluggish, man. That was one of the main differences. So yeah, it was crazy. And also, guys, the decreased inflammation. A lot of people feel that their joints, guys, a lot of people have joint issues, you know, and some people are starting to think that it's from carbs now, that it's from like higher, you know, carbohydrates, such as like, you know, fruit juices and, you know, rice and stuff like that, guys. Just the fact that you're, you know, bringing sugars into your diets, you know, that's people. Because I used to always think that like maybe increased inflammation was from things like fat and stuff, but now we're starting to see more and more that it's from like the sugars and stuff like that. So I would definitely check out the carnivore diet if you guys have knee problems or joint problems. Yeah, but one of the main ones, guys, that I actually really liked, I don't know if it's like it's probably like a placebo thing, guys, but everyone says that like the stronger mental acuity that you you know, receive from this diet, guys, you just feel basically that, you know, you don't have to think about food as much. You know, you don't have to like, you know, plan your meals. Like, you're not like constantly thinking, oh, how do I get enough protein? Because every single thing you eat is protein heavy. You know what I mean? Every single thing you eat has nutrients in it. You know, when you're eating rice and this kind of bullshit, guys, lettuce and all this, it's like, yeah, you're getting like maybe like some phytonutrients, but you're really not getting any nutrients. Like, where's like the B12? Where's like all this heavy components? Like, where's the iron, guys? You know, where's all this stuff? And I used to think, guys, because I was actually vegan for a few years. I was kind of on and off vegan. I could never stick to the diet. It was crazy. I always had to reintroduce some kind of meat. I just found it impossibly hard to stick to it. Now, although I would recommend probably, you know, taking a week, you know, off everything, you know, fasting, whether that be like, you know, low carbs, you know, high carbs, whatever. I definitely think that having veganism as a long-term solution for your problems, guys, is just not it, guys. You know, every single day Sean Baker puts up tons of research talking about how veganism is horrendous, and you know, people say like it's all very, very accurate, guys. You know, I used to see these vegan doctors and none of them even looked like they could lift weights or anything like that. Not that that meant you were healthy, but if I feel so phenomenal, guys, you know, if I don't feel weak, if I feel every single day like I'm bounced out of bed, like I'm running, can go train heavy weights and shit, then I don't really care. You know, if I feel amazing right now, you know, whether my bloods say I'm terrible, you know, high, you know, cholesterol or whatever, it's kind of, you know, whether you have low inflammation, then, you know, you should be pretty much okay, guys. I don't think that just because you're vegan means that you're going to be healthier. You know what I mean? So, those are some of the main benefits of the carnivore diet, guys. My personal experience, I've had all these benefits. I just feel absolutely phenomenal on this diet, guys. And a lot of doctors now are coming out to say that this is, you know, very beneficial. So, you know, don't be afraid if you guys think that you're going to miss all these foods and stuff. A lot of times it just kind of, you know, it just kind of makes you not crave foods and, you know, all these different benefits. You know, and also, guys, the fact that, you know, we were like, for millions and millions of years, I think it was like, what, 2 million years, our evolutionary gut biome was evolved for that, with a little bit of fruit. You know, even like broccoli was we only invented that like 90 years ago, guys. We only started eating, you know, some of these fruits very recently, and I don't think, you know, having all these super new foods in our diet is that beneficial, guys. You know what I mean? That's just me personally. I don't know if anyone feels that they feel terrible on the carnivore diet, DM me, man. And yeah, man, you know, hopefully I'll be able to do some more research on it. But yeah, that's my pretty much benefits of the carnivore diet, guys. I feel absolutely phenomenal. I implore you guys to do it as well. I've seen some some Instagram videos of people saying like low carb is bullshit and all this kind of stuff, and you have to, like, you know, carb up before games. Guys, I'm telling you, I know you guys may do some, like, if you're like a GA player, rugby player, because I see like a lot of players saying with all these nutritional experts, you know, which are basically just like me, guys. I'm a nutritional expert, you know, but actual doctors are coming out to say that the carnivore diet is better. So, you know, and they see people losing weight, which is like the main issue, that you have to, you know, carb load before your games, guys. That is absolute dog shit, guys. I weight train like 5 days a week, right? Probably more, probably like 7, like sometimes 7 times a week, right? May not be. I do like 2 days most of the time, cardio and weights. And guys, I'm telling you right now, you don't need carbs, man. I used to think I need carbs all this time. You don't need carbs, guys. Your body produces its kind of own energy source. You know, and people say energy source comes from just glucose and stuff. It's not only just from glucose, guys. It comes from the meat. It comes from, you know, you have like ketones in your body and stuff like that. A lot of kind of you know, different very scientific kind of shit. But I'm telling you guys right now, if you're like carb loading for a game, try not carb loading. You know, try maybe just sipping on a Lucasade or Powerade, whatever, mid-game. I sometimes have like Powerade middle of my workout, and it may help me a little bit, but if you just, you know, stick to low carbs, guys, you will feel phenomenal as well. You know, don't listen to the hype, guys. You know, you'll be more ripped as well because you won't be holding all that water, and that water weight's going to be the thing that's slowing you guys down. You know, I'm not a high-level athlete or anything like that. I consider myself, you know, kind of athletic, and, you know, for the last 3 months, guys, I've had very low carbs, and I don't need carbs really at all. I feel amazing. I've had days where I've had weeks and days where I've gone without carbs, and I still feel phenomenal, could still train, feel amazing. So yeah, guys, don't you know, believe the hype where you need like potatoes and rice and shit at every single meal. That's just not true. It kind of also is weird when, too, guys, people hate me for saying this, but if you want to have your carbs, you know, or want to pig out on carbs, you know, it kind of makes it easier because then you can have stuff like, you know, this is if it fits your macros type thing. You know, the peanut butter M&Ms that I bought here at Walmart, freaking a kilo bag, you know, for freaking $7. You can have a handful of those, and instead of like, you know, even though it's not good, right, it kind of like almost substitutes for the rice, guys. You know, I don't do it like that, but I'm just saying you can kind of control it more. You know, it's not good for you, obviously, but you can kind of like control it more, and it kind of just makes it easier rather than having tons of rice at every meal, guys. You know, and you can kind of substitute that in like small amounts, guys. If you're training heavily, if you work out a shitload, guys, you can do this, right? It's not for everyone, but I sometimes have like the M&Ms and shit like that at nighttime just to kind of, you know, stave off the sometimes cravings that I get, but not really, guys. You know, if you're eating a lot of food on the carnivore diet, you're not gonna have cravings. It's just unbelievable, guys. So yeah, that's the benefits of the carnivore diet in my opinion, guys. Hope you guys get some kind of benefit out of that. Don't always substitute peanut butter M&Ms for rice, but I just think, you know what I mean, guys, I'd rather have peanut butter M&Ms than rice, and it's pretty much the same shit, guys, just sugar and a little bit of fat, you know. So I don't know, guys. Leave in the comments down below what you guys think of the carnivore diet, if you guys have tried it, if you guys have shit your ass out, man, you know what I mean, or some crazy shit has happened to you. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, man. Peace.